You know what, asshole? I watched your video, and I really want to punch you in the fucking face for being this ignorant of a human being. Alright, the further back you go in generations, dumb fuck, the worse they get. They don't get better. Back in my grandparents' day, child abuse, what we consider child abuse now, was fucking normal parenting. You know what we found out? Beating the shit out of your children turns them into shitty people as adults. So we don't do that anymore. People didn't have less psychological disorders way back when. We had less diagnostic criteria to diagnose psychological disorders the further back you fucking go. How the hell can you be a guy who says he's like, what are you, like selling books and shit, and you got your podcasts and stuff, and you're this fucking ignorant, this fucking retarded? You know, autism is a real disorder. Asperger's is a real disorder. ADD and ADHD are real disorders, and so is bipolar disorder. I would know. I have bipolar disorder, and it fucking sucks. Not just for me, but the people around me, you fucking asswipe. I also have ADD, and that sucks too, because I can't focus on a fucking thing. What do you think? I'm just making this shit up for my health? Jeez, it's a goddamn nightmare. I wish I didn't have these fucking problems. And for people that have autism and shit, and Asperger's, if you knew a goddamn thing about the disorders, you sit there and you say, well, I guess Rain Man really had real autism. You don't have to be that bad with it to have it. You ignorant jackass. You don't know a goddamn thing about what the fuck you're talking about. And you're just harping on your inane cynicism as somehow it tenures you to be wiser and say that all these people are just making it up because we got a generation of lazy fucking people. No, you want to know why there are more disorders in today's generation of adults than there are in previous generations? It's because those previous generations were fucking stupid and fucking ignorant like your fucking ass. You're old enough to know this. During the 90s, ADD and ADHD, hyperactivity problems, behavioral problems, those were the big fucking disorders of that generation. And what did they do? They filled their kids with medications that we now know are basically just methamphetamines. What happened in the long run? Well, those kids got all fucked up brain chemicals and shit. They got all their hormones like knocked all over the place. What did they do? They end up having a whole bunch of kids, usually while they're still in their fucking teens. Those babies come out with the same kind of brain chemical imbalances, but worse. And now they have all these serious kind of problems that we didn't see in previous generations because of fucking stupid, idiotic ignorance on people like your fucking self, who think these aren't real problems and think that, oh, you know, it'll go away with time. No. So you had a whole generation of dumbasses who made these problems inadvertently fucking worse for everybody, you know, later on. And it'll just keep going and keep going and keep going until people realize that, yes, there's a real issue here. There's a real problem here. You go on your video and you mention that, you know, you're a consulting person. What kind of fucking consulting company do you own where people just call up to be insulted? And then you say, well, I run dance classes and stuff. Oh, really? Well, you fucking teach me the ballet then too, jackass? Come the fuck on. And then all these other videos you make too. You know, he's got videos like, let's scroll up here and take a look. Yeah, why high school is bullshit. Oh, because getting an education is fucking retarded, right? It doesn't pay to be moral in life. That might as well be tattooed right across your fucking forehead. Your dreams are stupid. High school anarchists and Marxists. I hate my job and I hate California. Recovering from a liberal arts degree. Maybe the only video I may have ever agreed with you on if I watched the fucking thing, which I didn't. You know, get the fuck out of New Jersey, why men don't want to have children. You know, you're just one of these goddamn wannabe Tom Likas, cynical assholes who thinks that just by being a jackass, you've got everything figured out. I'm a jackass. I'm a fucking asshole on this website. But the thing is, at least I know better than to fucking make videos about shit that I don't know what I'm talking about, okay? I don't do that. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. In the past, I made a couple of statements about autism and Asperger's because there are people in the world who claim to have that shit. They exist. When they don't really do it, they just say they do for attention. I even did a video a little bit ago about someone who claimed to have dissociative identity disorder, and to be really honest, I think they have a lot of other fucking problems, but we're just making that up for attention. And they covered all their goddamn bases because they knew that accusation would be out there. Those people do not represent the overwhelming majority of people out there who legitimately have these problems. You mentioned, like, as I said in your video, somebody that had bipolar disorder so bad that they have to live on Social Security income because their disorder precludes them from having a job. I have bipolar disorder. It's a fucking nightmare. If somebody's life is that legitimately affected by it, then Jesus Christ, I feel bad for this person. I really do. I really do. That's not them being lazy. That's not them complaining. That's not them wanting to work through it. It's them living a fucking nightmare. Basically, they're being controlled by this problem. And you don't know a goddamn thing about it. So why don't you shut your asshole fucking mouth before you ramble off about more dumb shit that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you goddamn fucking asshole. Anyway, I'm some piece of shit on the internet. This guy's a bigger piece of shit. And we're all floating down that sewage river of life, I guess. Take it easy.